So there's an article out of the New York Post that states that the FDA raided Juul headquarters, and I'll be speaking to that. I actually learned this from ST Vape's live show tonight on October 2nd, 2018, and they were talking about it to the surprise of ST Vapes, Mike Vapes, and Mark Fagan. They talked about it in text, and then they responded to it. And then Tom H., he had confirmed it, and then I believed it. And then I looked online, and it is true. Juul was definitely was raided. They tried to play it down. Juul, that is. Juul tried to play down this unexpected raid, but anyway, FDA's not messing around. The Food Drug Administration is definitely not messing around. So this out of the New York Post, October 2nd, 2018. Colton English is the person that was reporting. It says the caption is FDA raids Juul headquarters, seizes thousands of documents. It says U.S. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you. It says U.S. health officials are turning up the heat on a leading e-cigarette maker in an amped-up battle to keep teenagers from vaping. Investigators for the Food and Drug Administration raided the San Francisco headquarters of Juul Labs. The raid on Friday, first disclosed on Tuesday, was an unannounced on-site inspection that yielded over 1,000 pages of documents, the FDA said in a statement. The agency said it was looking for materials tied to Juul's sales and marketing practices. It was one of several times the FDA inspected Juul's facilities since issuing a request for information in April. The purpose of these inspections was to determine compliance with all applicable FDA laws and regulatory requirements, the FDA said. FDA Commissioner Scott Gottlieb, a former board member of e-cigarette retailer Cure Corporation, as recently as last year thought that e-cigs could be used to wean adult smokers off of cigarettes. But teen e-cig use has reached epidemic proportions, the FDA said last month when it warned it may ban the sale of flavored vaping cartridges. Gottlieb said in a tweet on Tuesday, "We see an opportunity for e-cigs to help adult smokers quit cigarettes and reduce their health risks. But we've said all along it can't come at the expense of hooking kids on these products." E-cig use has eclipsed cigarette use among high schoolers, with 11.7% of high school students using e-cigs compared with 7.6% using regular cigarettes, according to data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. While the FDA is looking at several e-cig manufacturers and retailers, Juul, known for its sleek design and fruit-flavored pods, has captured the most attention. Over the past year, Juul saw its sales grow more than sevenfold and now comprises roughly a third of e-cig sales in the U.S., the CDC said. Dr. Pamela Ling, Fellowship Director for the Center for Tobacco Control Research and Education, stated, "Them not being like cigarettes is appealing to kids. It seems like tech. It doesn't really count as smoking. But the addictive behavior mirrors that of combustible cigarettes." Further, she stated, "The difference we see with Juul is talk more about nicotine. Head rushes, cravings, And then at the bottom it says, for its part, Juul said Tuesday that it has provided the FDA with more than 50,000 pages of documents since April and categorized the FDA's inspection last week as meetings that were constructive and transparent. Meetings, yeah, meeting that you weren't expecting the FDA to show up, and you met them inside the building probably after they knocked on the door. They might have not even knocked on the door. They might have just walked in. Who knows, you know. Anyway, so of course Juul's trying to play it down as a meeting. Yeah, no, this is an unannounced raid is what it is. They can split hairs over whatever that means, but like it says, unannounced on-site inspection. So they took all these documents from Juul, and probably not. It's not going to be just Juul. Probably the 4 other companies as well. They got these letters in regards to the 60-day time period. Anyway, I don't want to go on about this, but I just thought that I share this with you, and I'm sure in time there is going to be more to come, whether we like it or not. This is just the beginning, and the FDA is definitely not messing around here. Unannounced on-site inspections taking over 1,000 pages of documents. They're looking for something, and whatever they're looking for, I can guarantee you one thing and one thing only. It is definitely not going to be good for Juul, regardless of what they say at the bottom. They say it's constructive and transparent. No. Anyway, I'll let you guys go. Bye-bye.